Hi everyone, welcome to lesson number 16. Now we've learned all katakanas and hiraganas, but before we go into first grade kanjis, let me do an interlude here. Because now, once you have learned all kanas, you can start trying to speak, communicate with Japanese actually. And to do that, you need someone who speaks Japanese that you want to talk to. But of course, it's hard to find someone who speaks Japanese. But in this modern period of time, it is possible. It's very easy because you can just go for the internet. And the easiest way I can recommend you is to find some Japanese to chat with through the internet. And one way I recommend is actually Twitter. Twitter, right? And well, actually, you can find me here. I have a same nickname as in YouTube. If you just search for Hideji, and after you follow me, you'll be able to see my tweets in Japanese. So you can try reading it. And also, maybe you can send me a message in Japanese. Oh, it doesn't have to be me. You can find any famous personality of Japan. You can find anyone and you follow, and you're going to start trying reading Japanese. So I recommend Twitter, actually. And for you to do that, I think I'm going to teach you a little tip on making chat with Japanese people, because there are some rules or customs when making a chat in Japanese. So here we go. First of all, I want to talk about how do you call it in English? Maybe face letters. I don't know. What I mean is, in Western countries, I often see this kind of thing. Let's say use say hello, hello, and after that you make this kind of typing. Right, it's a face, it's smiling face, right? Eyes, nose, and mouth. And I also often see that this one. Does it mean smiling? Maybe. Let's say oh no, and it was like this. Maybe he's not very happy. Or sometimes I see this one. I guess. Is he laughing? Maybe. Okay, so I often see this kind of thing, and but the problem with this style is that its face is turned by 90 degrees. This way is up and this way is down. So very unnatural for Japanese people, actually. And actually, in Japan, or maybe in some other countries too, we prefer making these kind of faces. Okay, let's make a Japanese greeting. It's, for example, konnichiwa. This means hello. And we often make this kind of face, actually. Yeah, well, I think this is better. Well, we use it because we think it's better. Now the face is in the right orientation. The up is up, the down is down, right? The face lines and eyes and mouth. Well, we often change the mouth. You can open it. Well, it looks happier. Or we can omit the mouth like this. That's pretty cute. Well, we can make the cheeks kind of red, like that, maybe flushing a little. Or we even do only the eyes like that. For example, konnichiwa and plus hat. That's a very easiest way to express your smile. Or let's say some variants. Let's say I'm sorry. Gomennasai means I'm sorry, and after I'm sorry, you can make a smiling face, for example, and you make this one the colon. Well, so this can be the sweat dripping off. So it's kind of I'm sorry, right? Or you can change the first part to alphabet F, and the rest is the same. So this is his hand, and he's touching his head. something like that. Or I often see this one too. Well, he's wiping his sweat with a towel, I guess. So we Japanese always do these kind of things. So if you want to chat with Japanese, you should learn these kind of faces. All right. How about crying faces? Crying faces are usually two semicolons like that, or maybe like that. So the eyes and tears. Or you can make alphabet T to show the shedding tears like that. Of course, you can put mouth to it, of course. All right. How about angry faces? Angry faces are a bit difficult, actually. Well, there are many ways to do that, so it's just an example. But how about this and hiragana he and marks you can use actually. How about this one? Doesn't it look angry? Well, you can put maybe two dots here to make the veins at the temple. Is the word vein correct? I mean the root of the blood. Or maybe a sharp would be nice, I guess. Or you can do the eyes. Oh, how about this one? This one is interesting. Well, he's looking to the right and blaming someone, maybe. But what I wanted to show was overline. That's how about hiragana small tsu here, and that one. Does it look angry? I don't know. So anyway, that kind of thing. Maybe quietly angry, like that. Well, it's interesting. How about smiling, crying, angry? What else? How about itai, which means ouch. And how about like that? Okay, nemui. It means sleepy. So you can make this kind of maybe how about that? And how about that? It looks like he's sleepy. Well, there can be many things. For example, interesting one is how about smoking? Smoking, for example, you can use Y. Oops, Y. That's your fingers and the cigarette and the smoke. How about that? Okay, and maybe this one. All right, now how about maybe smiling plus? How about a 3 and a hat? How about that? He's kissing. Maybe you can put a star. Oh, maybe you can put a space to here, make it look like he's facing right. And how about adding another one? So you can add someone else here. This time you can't use 3, but you can use epsilon hat. So they're kissing, right? And what else? Oh, of course, I have to learn goodbye. Goodbye. In Japanese, we say sayonara. Why don't you make a smiling face and you wave your hand like that. Goodbye. Oh, I also know this interesting one. You can use Latin alphabet phi, and you make the face little dot here. Well, he's making a memo. He's taking a note. Isn't it cute? Well, you can make many cute faces easily like that. So why don't you try it? I'm sure you'll find many of these in Japanese chat. All right, now that's pretty much it for face characters. So Well, there are something else is that I should be talking about. When you see Japanese chat, you often see this one. It's a W. Well, very, very often you see this one. And how we do that is, how about this one? It's majide. Majide means, let's say, kind of really. And after any sentence, we put W. Well, other example is, how about omoshiroi? It means it's funny. And we put a W here. Okay, this W means the first letter of the word warai, which means warai, which means laughter. So actually, the alphabet W means is laughing. So in Western style, it will correspond to maybe LOL, laughing out loud. And one W means a little bit of laughter. And if it's very, very funny, like, how about this one? Ariene means it's impossible. And we say it's impossible, WWW. Well, so you're making big laughter here. And if you want to make the laughter bigger, you can just put W's. So these W's are the barometer of the degree of your laughter. Well, it's just the first letter of warai. But also, I think it kind of makes us think of this kind of face character. You see, the mouth is W. So it doesn't look like he's making a little bit quiet laughter. Now we've learned W, so yeah, that's very, very useful actually. Okay, one more thing that you often see in Japanese chat is this one. We often use this one when we were disappointed in a way. For example, let's say, means, well, maybe, oh no, that kind of thing. And after that, we put this. It's called OTL. Maybe you would think this is short for something, short for a 3-word sentence, but actually it's not. OTL means, well, first of all, let's write OTL. And actually, this means your head and your back and your hip, your knees, and your foot. You know what I mean? And your arm is going down like that. That's OTL. So he's very disappointed. Yeah, that's OTL. Well, I guess this was often used in a little bit earlier days, but recently, I mean, lately, I don't see this one so often. And instead, today, we usually use what we call an ORS. ORS is, let's say, the same thing. And with lowercase, you go ORS. In Japanese, we often, maybe, I read as oruzu. But anyway, you know what it means, right? It's almost the same thing. I see. So this time, the angles of your lower back and the knees a little bit sharper than OTL, and that's the only difference. And ORS is smaller than OTL, so that means that can convey the feeling that it's very disappointed and he's being small and he's shrinking. So yeah. So I guess you've learned almost all the rules you need to make a chat in Japanese. So why don't you go ahead and check out Twitter and look for some Japanese to follow. All right, hope it helped. Take care and see you next time. Goodbye.